All right, hi everyone, and welcome to our fifth episode of this podcast, None of Your Business. And today we have a new team, a new panel, and a new topic. So today here we are to speak a bit on a new craze, a new trend which is raging across this planet. And no, it's not COVID-19. It's something which we focus always on with the business world. So in today's podcast, we'll be looking at cryptocurrency. Now, cryptocurrencies are the talk of almost every investment show nowadays. And many of you must be actually wondering whether or not to join the crypto bandwagon. But if you're a beginner and are worried about the volatility in the cryptocurrencies and what is this basic idea of this cryptocurrency, I'm pretty sure this podcast will be helping you. So while there is a risk, the returns of investing in digital currency are multifold. And we have a lot of experts saying that you should be investing in the crypto space. We almost have 150 million users currently in the crypto space. But before we go into all the nitty-gritties of each and every aspect of cryptocurrency, let's know what it is. And today we have on the panel, we have Sreelakshmi Rajeev and Samiksha Sathish, both grade 10 students of Devamatha CMI International School in Thrissur in Kerala in India. And we also have a very special guest with us today, right from the financial industry. We have Ms. Nithya Kaliaperumal, native to Chennai. She's a banking graduate and she has been working with various multinational banks for the past 15 years. She has a very core knowledge on international trade letter of credit and she's a certified document check specialist. And to top that, she holds an additional certificate on international trade finance from the London Institute of Banking and Finance. Currently, she is the assistant manager of Standard Chartered. And Ms. Nithya, we'll be listening to you, and it's actually a great privilege for all of us to be having you on this show and listening to your insights about the cryptocurrency and the trend which is happening in that. So we'll be listening to our guests, we'll be listening to our panelists, but as I said earlier, let's know more about what are cryptocurrencies, and we have Sri Lakshmi with that.
So, cryptocurrency. What is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency is a type of digital currency that generally only exists electronically. It does not exist in physical form like paper money and is typically not issued by a central authority. It can be described as a binary data designed to work as a medium of exchange. This virtual currency is secured by cryptography, which makes it impossible to counterfeit or double spend. The word cryptocurrency is derived from the encryption techniques which are used to secure the network. Cryptocurrencies face criticism for a number of reasons, including their use for illegal activities, exchange rate volatility, and vulnerabilities of the infrastructure underlying them. However, they also have been praised for their portability, divisibility, inflation resistance, and transparency. Crypto refers to the various encryption algorithms and cryptographic techniques that safeguard these entries. Blockchains, which are organizational methods for ensuring the integrity of transactional data, are an essential component of many cryptocurrencies. The first blockchain based cryptocurrency was Bitcoin, which still remains the most popular and the most valuable. Today, there are thousands of alternate cryptocurrencies with various functions and specifications. Some of these are clones or forks of Bitcoin, while others are entirely new currencies that were built from scratch. Cryptocurrencies hold the promise of making it easier to transfer funds directly between two parties without the need for a trusted third party like a bank or a credit card. In modern cryptocurrency systems, a user's wallet or account address has a public key, while the private key is known only to the owner and is used to sign transactions. Fund transfers are completed with minimal processing fees, allowing users to avoid the steep fees charged by banks and financial institutions for wire transfers. Some cryptocurrencies are more private than others. Bitcoin, for instance, is a relatively poor choice for conducting illegal business online since the forensic analysis of the Bitcoin blockchain has helped authorities arrest and prosecute criminals. More privacy oriented coins do exist, however, such as Dash, Monero, or Zcash, which are far more difficult to trace. Since market prices for cryptocurrencies are based on supply and demand, the rate at which a cryptocurrency can be exchanged for another currency can fluctuate widely since the design of many cryptocurrencies ensures a high degree of scarcity.
Oh, that's certainly a lot of information about cryptocurrency right up. There are quite a few keywords which I think we can take away from this. So, like you have, it's first of all, it's not a paper currency, and it's you don't have a central authority which governs this, which is why a lot of countries have actually not uh, accepted this kind of cryptocurrencies as their legal tender. In fact, if my memory is right, up to date, we only have El Salvador, which exists as a country which has actually accepted cryptocurrencies as a legal tender. Another keyword which I found in that was blockchain. Now, blockchain is something a whole world on its own, and which maybe we can take forward in another episode or in one of the episodes which are coming. But again, as she said, the market prices they depend on supply and demand. Now, most of you might think that almost all foreign exchanges depend on supply and demand, but cryptos are different. Now, Sreelakshmi did mention about bitcoins, the most popular form. So I think let's know more about that before we can make an actual judgment about a cryptocurrency. So, Samiksha, can you just help us out about with bitcoins?
Yeah. So, Bitcoin is a digital currency created in January 2009. It follows the idea set out in a white paper by the mysterious and pseudonymous Satoshi Nakamoto. The identity of the person or persons who created the technology is still a mystery. Bitcoin offers the promise of lower transaction fees than traditional online payment mechanisms, and unlike government issued currencies, it is operated by a decentralized authority. Bitcoin is a type of cryptocurrency. There are no physical bitcoins, only balances kept in a public ledger that everyone has transparent access to. All Bitcoin transactions are verified by a massive amount of computing power. Bitcoin is not issued or backed by any banks or governments, nor is individual Bitcoins valuable as a commodity. Despite it not being legal tender in most parts of the world, Bitcoin is very popular and has triggered the launch of hundreds of other cryptocurrencies, collectively referred to as altcoins. Bitcoin is commonly abbreviated as BTC. Behind Bitcoin is the ingenious blockchain technology that enables an unprecedented digital asset. The symbiotic relationship between Bitcoin and blockchain is so apparent that people often confuse the two. Simply put, without blockchain, Bitcoin is useless. With each Bitcoin transaction, a digital trail is created on a shared ledger. Though the transaction itself is open and public, the person's identity behind the Bitcoin transaction is encrypted and remains private. As transactions are posted on this digital ledger, a perpetual chain of anonymous and real time transactions is created. Bitcoin is more religion than a solution to any problem, billionaire Mark Cuban told Forbes in December. When you buy Bitcoin, you're actually buying into a whole scene, and it's a scene that can be a part of your identity. Though Bitcoin is getting more attention from some serious investors and mainstream financial institutions, it's still a somewhat subversive concept, so people who invest in it can view themselves as radical or participating in the counterculture. People get excited by the prospect of bringing a new potentially life-changing technology into the world. From celebrities who invest in Bitcoin to highly engaged Bitcoin community on Twitter, TikTok, etc. Social media feeds into Bitcoin's popularity.
So Bitcoin sounds to me more like a mystery coin. You don't know who made it. You have no idea where it's going. But as Samiksha rightly said, it is mentioned in the ledger. A ledger is made. They use blockchain technology to continue that. And again, that term blockchain, that's a huge world. And I think that should be our theme for the next podcast. But overall, you see a lot of things happening with a Bitcoin. I remember somewhere in the May of this year in 2021, the Bitcoins crashed. Right? They crashed almost by 50%, and a mind-boggling $1.3 trillion of market value was wiped out. But in spite of this Bitcoin crash, some other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, they remained bullish. They remained on the upward trends. So what is Ethereum and what makes it different? Let's know more about Ethereum from our very special guest today. We have Miss Nithya. Miss Nithya, could you share your thoughts on this?
Sure, Joe. First of all, I would like to thank you for having me here, and a special mention to Sreelakshmi and Samiksha for making my job easier by giving a detailed intro of what a cryptocurrency is. Now that we have learned what a cryptocurrency is and we have become familiar with the Bitcoin, I'll be talking about the next alternative coin for Bitcoin, which is altcoin or the Ethereum. So from April last year until now, Ethereum has increased in value by almost 1000%, beating even Bitcoin's expensive growth. However, it is important to know that one Bitcoin's overall market capitalization is far greater than that of Ethereum's Ether, meaning that in terms of total monetary value, Bitcoin still outshines Ethereum. However, the value of Ethereum in 2021 almost reached an all-time high in early 2018 when it had a value of $1,448. The value of Ethereum in 2021 is 1,260, which is slightly less than the price point previously reached in 2018. One of the reasons that Ethereum has seen such tremendous growth in 2020 might be because of the increased interest in the decentralized finance, which is DeFi. The DeFi market is constantly growing, and these platforms require small contracts to function. It so happens that the largest small contract platform on the market is the Ethereum network. And the Ethereum blockchain allows for the development of the small contracts and is one of the chains with the most functionality. Smart contracts are basically contracts that are self-executing through code usage and are a vital part of the development of DeFi. So because of which what happened is there was an introduction of Ethereum 2.0. So along with being the major platform for smart contract development, Ethereum also launched the Ethereum 2.0 in 2020. Ethereum 2.0 is an upcoming version of the Ethereum network that was partly created to cope with the increased deployment of smart contracts on the blockchain. The increase in the use of Ethereum network created problems with a congested network, which hinders further development on the platform. However, Ethereum 2.0 aims to solve these problems by moving from a proof of work to a proof of stake system, along with some efficiency and security upgrades. So, hopefully, we'll be having more of an Ethereum next to Bitcoin. So, that would be a small introduction on that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nithya. There. I can just think of this topic as a gold mine because one word leads to another whole new era or a whole new scenario. So you have altcoins, you have bitcoins, you have Ethereum, you have different kinds of cryptocurrencies, blockchains. So it's actually a whole wide, vast world in itself. But the question still remains, is it a hype or is it here to stay? Is Bitcoin the future? And that is something which we will have to see. And I think we should open the doors for questions by the panelists to our expert we have today. So, Sreelakshmi, Samiksha, is there anything you would like to ask Miss Nithya with regards to cryptocurrencies?
Yes, so I wanted to talk about El Salvador, which is known to be the first country to recognize cryptocurrency as an official medium of exchange. So, do you think that other countries will follow the suit?
Yeah, that's a nice question. So, answering to you, in a recent world, the U.S. Treasury classified this currencies as a convertible virtual currency and taxed it as a property. So, governments worldwide are taking steps to include the transactions using cryptocurrencies into their taxation system. Since cryptocurrencies are considered the money of the future, chances are very high that countries follow the suit. But again, every coin has two sides, and it is still unclear how many sides these virtual currencies have. So, yes, there are quite a chance to be announced as an official medium, but if you ask me, it will be either in the near future. It depends on how its usage turns out to be.
So it's speculative. We have to wait and watch. Does cryptocurrency stay, or does will it enter into our daily lives? I think just in addition to that, I think the Indian government is also planning a kind of a digital currency to cope up with the Bitcoin and Ethereum. So let's see. Only time will tell. Yes, Samiksha, maybe from something from your side.
Yeah, so what I wanted to ask is that all countries have the ability to control the currencies through central banks, but there's no central authority for cryptocurrencies. So, how can they be managed efficiently?
Oh, that's the million-dollar question. Yes, Miss Nithya.
Yeah, so the legal status of cryptocurrency is always under radar by most of the countries. So, and it stands varies from country to country. And as I said earlier, though the usage may not be illegal and can be used as a medium of exchange in some countries have taken a hard step to ban or restrict. Like countries such as Bolivia, Ecuador, Nigeria have declared public statements declaring such restrictions because we don't have a centralized system to control what is happening. But Bitcoin being the most popular one, as I said, the US Treasury classified it as a convertible virtual currency and taxed it as a property. So governments worldwide are taking steps to include the transaction using cryptocurrencies into their taxation system. So there are some ways how countries are trying to manage still. But this would be altogether a wider topic to discuss, apart from understanding what exactly cryptocurrencies are and how they work.
Absolutely, I completely agree with that. And since our time is short, maybe this is just we're just opening a box, and we have just taken out the first small part, the introduction part, or we're just touching the basic surface of this topic of cryptocurrency, and this is something which we will be discussing moving forward in many of our episodes. But however, please do keep in mind, all our listeners, we are not asking you to invest, neither are we asking you not to invest in cryptocurrency. As you might have heard in all the disclaimers across, cryptocurrency investments are subject to market risk. Read all scheme related documents carefully before investing. And that's the only thing which we can say here. But again, we'll definitely try to bring in more in-depth analysis. We have just scratched the surface. We have had a great panelist, Sreelakshmi and Samiksha, and we have had a very special guest with us, Miss Nithya, today, who has taken the time off from her busy schedule and her family time to be with us from Chennai over the phone. So thank you so much, Miss Nithya. How was your experience in this first podcast?
It was really great. As I said, it is new to me, the podcast,
Right.
everything, and you guys made me really comfortable. And thank you for choosing the topic, which was comfortable to me as well. So a great learning and a great start for you guys as well. So keep on rocking. All the very best.
Thank you so much, and we hope to have you in our future episodes as well when we do continue this topic or we take up anything else. So
Much,
we're
much
looking.
obliged. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Nithya, and thank you to all the listeners. Thank you to our panelists, Sri Lakshmi and Samiksha, for their research on this and taking their time to convey the information which they have found. This is the time of the pandemic. We all need to be careful. It's especially in maybe in Kerala, we are all going indoors. as the pandemic rises. So, our only from this team here at None of Your Business. Stay safe. At the end of the day, it is your business. So please do take care and keep well. We'll catch you in the next episode. Till then, from all of us here, bye.